Okay, someone asked a question. Will halacha follow Beit Shammai in the future? Isn't that a halachic statement? Chazal said that right now the halacha normally follows in the Mishnah, for example. You have machlokas Beit Shammai Beis Hillel, halacha k'Beis Hillel. But when Mashiach comes, it'll follow Beit Shammai, right? That's a Mishnah.
Okay.
Is that a Mishnah? Oh wait, no, it's not a Mishnah. As far as we know, it's not in the Mishnah. It's not in the Medrash. It's not in the Talmud. Rambam never held of such a thing. Where did this idea come from? The answer is the Ari said so. Because it's not a Chazal, it's from the Ari. The Ari is from the 16th century, right?
Yeah.
So what did the Ari mean? Why did the Ari say this? People take this, unfortunately, like many other statements that are grand and significant about the Messianic times, people take it literally. So when Mashiach comes, we'll all be lying down when we say Kriya Shema at night, and we'll be standing up when we say Kriya Shema in the morning, right? That's how they take it.
Sounds like Karaitic.
No, it's not Karaitish because the Karaites do not believe that you actually have to recite Shema in the morning and the evening. Remember, it's a Torah Shabbal Ped. The only question is, what does Ushoch B'chov Kumecha mean? So Karaites would say that you're supposed to lahavdil. If you're a strict Karaite, this means to them is they are supposed to study Scripture all the time. That's what they do. And we say it means not just study Scripture, it means actually recite these select paragraphs from the Torah at some time in the morning and sometime at night. And we learn that Shoch B'chov Kumecha is not literally lying down and standing up or getting up, but rather what? Time of day. You should do it. That's and you shouldn't take it too literally. But the Karaites don't even believe in this mitzvah, how that works. So what it mean? Before we evaluate this claim, in general, about this and other statements of the Ari, for example, like you said, that there's 12 nuschos of tefillah. Each tribe has its own nusach, and the Ari has the 13th gate of the 13th nusach, which is a one-size-fits-all for other people who know what the tribe they're from. I remember this is something that a rabbi, when I first came to Textual, tried to impose on me, saying, so you have to daven nusach Ashkenaz. There's nusach Ashkenaz, nusach Sfard, nusach Teman, and a bunch of others. Those are the 12. And your nusach fits your tribe of Ashkenazim, and tribe of Sfard and tribe of Temanim. Said, wait a minute. No, that means, wait a minute. I don't know what tribe I'm from. You don't know what your tribe are from. But I know the Kohanim and Levim are all from Shevet Levi. So you're saying all the Kohanim and Levim, no matter what, Lamanites or Sephardic, they should be davening one so-called nusach. And obviously, what the Ari says here is ahistorical, as all the people have been doing research about tefillah would do. This is something that doesn't fit. It's not that there were 12 nuschos of tefillah. Otherwise, Chazal would have mentioned such a thing. Okay? So these and other teachings of the Ari are taken too literally by people. The Ari did say it, but people don't get it. So they're grossly misunderstood, like many things that the Ari said. So that's the first thing. When the Ari talks about 12 gates of prayer and 12 nuschos, he's not literally saying Ashkenaz is for the Ashkenazic Jews. The Shevet Yehuda became Ashkenaz, and Shevet Binyamin became Sfarad. That obviously doesn't fit history, and they didn't go into Agulus with two slightly different nuschos of tefillah. By the way, everything that we know that's not Nusach Eretz Yisrael is basically a version of Nusach Bavel, right? So besides that, so you can't take these things at face value. And then some people take these things literally, and you can't pretend that you don't know about these things. They take it literally, and so you have to acknowledge them. Otherwise, you're kofar ba'ari. Now, to them, the Ari was basically a navi, right?
What's wrong with being kofar?
Well, to them, the Ari was a navi. Basically, that's how it is. Like the people around here, when they study Kisvei Ari all day long, and the things they do based on the Ari, you and I don't necessarily believe that the Ari was a navi. He lived in the times of the Shulchan Aruch. There had been Nevi'im for 2,000 years. But that's the way, basically, they
He was a navi.
I know, even if I know that. I'm just trying to tell you that's the way they relate to him, which isn't bad, but for them, he's basically a navi. All but name. So everything he says has to be taken literally and all that, and has to be incorporated. And it is a commandment now to listen to and do everything as he said. You understand? That's the way they behave. And you can't say that I don't know necessarily. You can't talk about this. That's just a fact. Okay. So you have to just watch what you're saying, just like other things. Like they say, do you believe in the Zohar? I think someone asked me the other day, do you believe in the Zohar? And I told them, yeah, I believe it exists. I believe in the Zohar like I believe in Rashi and Rambam. Right? It does exist. Like, do I believe it's exactly what you say it is? Obviously not, but that doesn't mean there's anything bad about it. We use its teachings and all that. I mean, the Zohar predates the Shulchan Aruch by many times, and we have no problem with the Shulchan Aruch, right?
Mhm.
Right? We take it for what it is. We just don't take it as extreme as you do. For them, it's a halachic text. This is the final halachic text. Please plug this in, and it has almost Tanaic authority. We say that it's like someone asked me, did the Ari write the Zohar? So I said I don't think he did. But then again, sorry, did the Rashbi write the Zohar? Rashbi, most of his teachings are where?
In the Gemara.
In the Mishnah and the Gemara. Did Rashbi write the Gemara? No. The Gemara was compiled around the year 500. By the way, the Muslims say that we're doing Talmudic rituals, invading Al-Aqsa and doing Talmudic rituals. The Talmud was sealed. The Talmud is a compendium of Jewish teachings and traditions spanning about 1,000 years, and was completed around the year 500, more than a century before Muhammad even got his whole thing started. So,
What does he mean by
ancient.
Talmudic ritual?
Well, Talmudic rituals, that's what they call Jews davening on Har Bayis, is Talmudic rituals.
Okay, what's the problem with
I'm just saying that they call it as though they're saying wrong. They're offended by us conducting Talmudic rituals in their holy place. Talmudic means it's more ancient than Islam, just to know. They're admitting, the original, that's the original practice of that place. But they think it's new. It's like, they're trying to say like we're the invaders and we're bringing our Talmudic rituals there. But by saying Talmudic, they're acknowledging, no, Talmudic ritual, remember, the major figures of the Talmud, by that I mean the extended Talmud, the Mishnah, where did they hold court?
Rabbi.
Yeah, right in the temple complex. Rabban Gamliel and Hillel, were the main bosses there of the Sanhedrin in the first century. So, yeah. Well,
person that prayed 3 times a day.
Who? Yeah, but that's in the Bible, and that wasn't in Jerusalem. That was in Bavel.
Okay, why does it matter what it is?
I'm saying Talmudic. They call it Talmudic. I was getting back to this. So
They
when
took most of Rishid Rabbah for their books.
so no, but we have to understand when we talk about the Zohar. He's asked me, was it written by Rashbi? No, it has his teachings. It has things from him and others, and it has a lot of things. But just because we say it wasn't literally written by him, doesn't mean that we're saying anything bad about it. But they get offended by this type of thing. So I can say this in English, I can't say this in Hebrew. They say like, yeah, but then again, I like I said, I treat it just like I treat the Talmud. It is what it is. So back to this thing, what will the halacha be? Now that we have this all in mind, how people treat what the Rashbi says. So if the Rashbi says the halacha will follow Beit Shammai in the future, we have to understand what that means. He's not literally saying open up a Mishnah and all the places where we held like Beit Shammai, Beit Hillel, now we're going to hold like Beit Shammai when Mashiach comes, and that's it. And that's the halacha. First of all, we already said that the halacha was going to be what in the future? It's going to be living. A Sanhedrin will decide.
Okay.
Right? That's what really halacha is supposed to be. It's supposed to be decided, and there's things have been overturned. So halacha is not as, at least the way we understand halacha. Halacha is going to be something else in the future. This is really my Maimonidean and the Rishonim way of thinking about this. So what does the Ari mean in this case? I'm sure the Ari was aware of this also, that halacha is what the Sanhedrin decides, right?
Okay.
So what do you mean? The answer is, I believe, that he was saying that there's going to be a different approach to how everything goes in the future. Once upon a time, Beis Hillel were the majority, or they were able to convince everybody of the rightness of their position. And in the future, other opinions will be considered that one time they had been rejected, will be reevaluated and reaccepted. That's all. He's not saying every single case, just take out your Mishnah, look for all the cases of Beis Shammai against Beis Hillel, and just say halacha k'Beis Shammai in all cases. It means what?
We don't even do it with Beis Hillel.
Well, there are a few cases. Okay, there are a few places already we hold like Beis Shammai, but the point is not in the majority. Okay, so it's something they teach kids. It just means that sometime in the future, at least that's the way I understand it, that in the future we'll give more consideration to opinions that had been once upon a time been rejected, and been rejected outright. Why? Because it's well known. It's like an axiom. The halacha is like Beis Hillel over Beis Shammai. So in the future, things will be different. That's all the Ari is saying. That's at least I think, because if you take this at face value, it's way too literal, and it also contradicts many things that we know about how halacha is supposed to work and how halacha used to work.